Hi, Ja. Ja, is this your first time with us? Hi, Sia. Good morning. Lisa. Good morning. Good morning, Ginger. Hi, Maxine. Good morning. Courtney. Good morning. Hi, Jack. Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Bentley. Oh, I'm so excited. It's another week. Can you believe it? The weeks are going by so fast. Is that just me? Like, the weeks are going by so incredibly fast. But I am literally so happy and grateful to be here with you all today. I got to see a lot of your faces yesterday during the EFT masterclass, so that was a lot of fun. That replay will be available in the garden probably by like Tuesday. I'm just editing it down a little bit. But yes, it was so much fun being there with you all, seeing everybody's faces, hearing voices. It was a really nice experience. And then moving forward from today, I will have like a separate live stream for people who are in the garden to be able to like, we can sit and chat right before we do Lotus Hour and like midweek tap in. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. Let's see, let's see. I'm checking in. I'm traveling. Please, Courtney, be careful. Yes, I agree. Yes. Yeah, it's literally Texas weather today up until like Wednesday. So it's going to be a good time. Hi, Goddess Mo. Tired from being awake long hours. Oh my goodness, Lisa. Jeez Louise. No, yeah. I always put my information out there. It was in the Insight Timer group as well as the emails that I send out, and on my social media. So anytime I'm doing a class, it's promoted. So hopefully next time you'll be able to make it to the next one. Okay. Oh no. I mean, well, I guess it's not terrible if you're a passenger, right? I mean, I'm always a passenger because I don't drive. But hi, Rahana. How are you, Laura? Good morning. Yes, it's hot and humid in Boston too. Global warming, everyone. Okay, welcome. Yeah. Exactly. I agree. If it gets too crazy, pull over. Pull over somewhere where there's like safety. You know what I mean? Because weather is intense. Okay. All right. I am so excited to be here with you all today because we have a lot to like navigate through. I don't know, how are you guys feeling? How's your week been? How's your heart? Let me know. I'm actually gonna grab my tea. Hold on. Ah, there we go. Let me know how you've been. Because I haven't seen you guys in literally a week for most of us. Those that didn't make it to the master class and anyone that's not in the garden, like I haven't seen you guys like talked in like an entire week, which was so jarring, by the way. It was very weird. Definitely didn't enjoy that. So we will be having Wednesday session. I didn't like that at all. But yes, let me check in with you guys. It's hot in Toronto too. What is going on? Ay, Dios mío. Lots of emotional roller coasters last week. Yeah, cancer season is picking up. I think cancer season wants to go out with a bang because we have one more week left and then we're going to be in Leo season. And I have this really strong feeling that cancer season is like, I really want to make sure that we handle whatever emotions are that we're like not acknowledging, like let we get that together before we move into a new season. That's what I'm getting from the energy. I'm not necessarily always enjoying it, you know. Like today, I woke up and I felt a lot of heartache, um, a lot of rage, and I was just sitting with myself earlier, breathing through it, and just seeing what was coming up for me. And it was a lot, and I was just like, oh, cancer season. Woo! Feeling the depths of your emotion is very it can be very overwhelming at times. But I have to remind myself that one, anything that you're feeling is valid. So you are allowed to feel things. You're allowed to feel them to the fullness of their capacity. The intention and the goal is to not carry that feeling with you longer than you need to get the information that you need to get from it, and then to be able to move forward in your life, right? So reminding myself that that's the purpose of this emotion, that's the purpose of what I'm feeling, was super helpful for me in not getting overwhelmed by the sensations, right? Let me check in with you all. Yeah, lots of emotional roller coasters last week. Ginger, you're not alone. Lotus, remember I told you about my friend? Yes. I meant to tell you that the last interaction that I had with her, I shared what I had learned from your live, which was you said magnificent things. It led me to creating a vision board for her that had the quote on it. So thank you for that. I'm so happy she was able to receive that before she passed away. That means everything to me. Thank you for sharing that with me. Expect magnificent things. Yeah, we really should. Week has been emotional for me. I finally cut all ties with narcissists and I'm healing a broken heart. Okay, I love this for you. But I'm doing a lot of research on narcissistic behavior so I understand them better. Okay, I love this too. And while we're looking to understand others, let's also make sure that we're looking to understand ourselves, right? It's very important too, if we're going to start diving into why people behave the way that they behave. I think the best insight I could ever give someone is to study yourself. Study yourself, get to know yourself, know who you are, what you like, what you don't like. See if you can understand your triggers that might require you being with a professional to do that so that you don't get re-traumatized. Uh, really get to know yourself, especially getting out of a relationship that may have felt unhealthy or toxic, because you are a new person after that experience. It's not going to be what you loved beforehand. Sometimes it can be, but most times you find that you're different in so many ways. And I would encourage you to spend that time, especially in your healing, understanding yourself. I get the need to want us to understand the other person. It's like, well, why would they do what they did to me? Like, what is going on? Like, I want to understand their behaviors. That's still us choosing to focus on someone else before we focus on ourselves, right? It's still that pattern coming up that got us into the situation that we're talking about, right? That we're trying to get out of. So I would encourage you to take the time out to focus in on yourself more, see what you want to become, where you want to go with this new information and the new experiences that you've had. And if you're still going to go and like do that research for other people, which is completely normal, by the way, because we have a very curious mind, just make sure that it's either equal or that you learning more about yourself is a bit more, but it shouldn't be where that's more than you taking care of yourself. Okay. Super busy week, heart heavy today. Man, we all have heavy hearts today. Cancers. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. Yes. Hi, Kelly. I'm not okay, y'all. My brother-in-law is deteriorating so fast now. Life just seems so sad. Yeah, okay, so maybe I was feeling a lot of heaviness from the group as well. That happens when we begin to like tap together and just like connect our energies. I tend to have that ability. Yeah, I woke up and I just felt really like so much heartache. And I'm like, what's going on? Okay, I'm glad you're here, Rihanna. I am too. I am. Yes. Yeah, we love you so much, Rihanna. Those amazing thoughts on the toxic relationship. Thank you, Jack. It's really important. TJ, hi. I don't know if you guys know, but TJ and Vita and I had lunch earlier this week, and it was amazing. I had so much fun. I'm Lotus, Mazar. I'm Lotus. That's funny. As soon as I read your post, the song Jelly Roll, I'm Not Okay started playing in my head. Unlike last week, feeling the positive mood energy still planting. Yes, Dawn, I love this for you. Good morning, all. Pamela, hi. Thank you for sending these prayers. Yeah, it's been a big mix of emotions. But if you are dealing with any heartache or any rage or disappointment, we'll talk more about that today in Lotus Hour, as well as meditating through it. Okay? Sending a prayer, intention setting. You know, this is an opportunity for us as practitioners, as caregivers, as teachers, as just sensitive beings to be able to say what's on our hearts in a safe space so that we can move forward in the week, right? The goal is to let out the heaviness right now so that we can feel lighter going into the upcoming week. And I spoke about this, I think, in yesterday's masterclass, where you don't have to carry the things that you've carried before into the next moment, into the next day, into the next week. You can choose to put it down. And I know that saying that sounds very poetic and almost like really hard to make practical. So we'll talk more about that too, of what it looks like to put something down that is heavy for you. I think the reason why we tend to carry a lot of heaviness because we're sensitive beings is because we're like, well, if we don't carry it, who's going to carry it? How is it going to get handled? How is it going to get done? I don't want people to think that I don't care. I do care. And I do have the skill set. So should I use the skill set to help other people? And it's a very delicate yes. A very delicate yes and a very delicate no, right? Carrying heavy things past the time in which you need to carry them only hinders you, right? It's a weight that's just sitting on you. That's making it harder for you to move forward. It's making it harder for you to make progress in your life. There is a time and place for you to put things down. To say, you know what, I can't carry that. And this is where, you know, if you have a spiritual practice, that's where it comes into play, because whoever it is that you call on to in your time of need, whoever it is that you believe in, that's who's going to be picking up that load for you. That's who's going to be carrying it for you. This also goes into that understanding of like the how is not necessarily your concern, right? That's not your concern. Your focus is making sure that you are feeling as healthy, as aligned as possible, so that you can receive whatever downloads or insights you need to help your people, to help yourself. And the extra weight that you've been carrying, to trust in your source, trust in universe, God, love, whoever you believe in, to handle that. It's an act of surrender. When we are feeling a lot of heaviness in our hearts, when we're feeling heaviness in our bodies, when we're feeling overwhelmed by situations, it is an invitation for us to surrender. It is a signal from the body's wisdom, from divine wisdom, that we are going out of our scope of our humanity right now, right? It's an opportunity for us to put this down and recenter and refocus in on us. Because as much as we want to have heavy influence and major impact on other people's lives, sometimes we do and sometimes we don't. But you always have influence and impact over your own life. And the only way that you're going to benefit from that truth is by taking the time out to recenter and refocus on how you're feeling. And I know that people kind of internalize that as selfishness, but it's about being self first. And we've spoken about that plenty of times. It's important for you to remember that you are living your life. You are here to be who you are and to experience things through your perspective, which means that your focus and your intent and your energy should be on you. Needs to be on you. I wouldn't even say should. It needs to be on you. Anytime that I begin to feel overwhelmed or stressed out or bitter or frustrated or even rageful, my focus is not on me. My focus is on someone else. Either on something that someone else did to me, something that someone else did to somebody else that I care about, or something that someone's doing else to a collective of people that I care for. And I sit with that rage. And I express it, because the goal is not to pretend that rage doesn't exist. And it's not to dismiss the rage. It's to acknowledge the rage. It's to acknowledge the heartbreak, the disappointment. I acknowledge it. I accept the fact that that's my experience that I've had with it. And then I go and I give that to Source. I go and I give that to my ancestors. Because honestly, I don't have it in me to continue to carry it. If I'm supposed to continue helping others, right? Holding spaces like this, holding spaces like the garden, teaching classes, sharing information, I can't do that if I'm carrying weight on my shoulders. I can't do that if I'm so incredibly filled with rage all the time. Rage, frustration, anger, bitterness, they're indicators, they're invitations to look deeper, to take inventory, to take stock of what it is that you're experiencing right now. What is it that's going on in your life right now that is not in alignment with who you are? Look at that contrast, witness that contrast, and then move forward, okay? Let me check in with you all, make sure everybody's okay. Hi, Siobhan. Yeah, Siobhan, oh, I missed the post-toxic relationship. Gotta catch replay. Good morning, family. Hi, yeah, we're just talking about after a toxic relationship, focus on yourself. It's easy for us to want to figure out why they did what they did, but that's really not your business. I have good news for a change. I love this, Kelly. Moving into my very own place. First home I brought for myself. Proud of what I've done for me. Kelly, I just want us to take stock really quickly that less than 2 months ago, you are actively tapping on and manifesting a new home for yourself. I just want to put that out there because sometimes I don't think we realize the time frame. We just remember all the suffering and the struggle, and we don't realize, like, look how fast you change that around for yourself. I just want to point that out. That's all. I just want to point that out. Shout out to Kelly. That's amazing. That is absolutely incredible. And I need to take my notes so I can write this down. Okay? Because that is incredible. Congratulations. Yes. And please do not let this conversation get political. But the fact that someone tried to take out a former president today has, oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry, Laura, is beyond sad how divided our country is and that we can't work things out like adults. You know, the truth is, Laura, I'm not even sure if we understand what work things out as adults means. You know? Because kids don't do things like that. That's actually like what adults do. Adults tend to not address things in a healthy manner. You know, most kids, before we tend to, like, for lack of better words, corrupt them, they're very loving and kind people, and they choose to acknowledge the differences within each other, and they find a way to make peace with one another. It's not until we kind of put our projections and our perspectives onto them that they start to behave in, like, more intensified ways, which is honestly, and this is the alarms going off, that's spirit. Like, we're touching on something big here. Okay. But normally, kids do not do that. They are not violent by nature at all. Like, in any way, shape, or form. They're usually, like, very sweet, kind, and gentle human beings that are navigating a very chaotic world. So I don't even know if handling it like adults would make sense, but I would love to see more of us in our adulthood find the divinity in one another, address each other with a level of compassion and care, right? Where we are able to witness each other's humanity first and foremost, witness each other's divinity if it's possible, and then move forward from that space. Hopefully one day the majority of us will get to that space and we'll be able to do that. This is really reminding me of the Celestine prophecy so much. Like, we will work on that publicly, but it reminds me a lot of the Celestine prophecy. And just one of the first insights is critical mass, where there's just tons of chaos happening and a lot of unrest in people's spirits, because it is time for us to move forward as a collective. But yes. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Jack, it was amazing. The energy was so powerful, so much love. Yeah, we had such a good time. That's me, Jack. I'm cracking up. Yes. Do you know CJ Wright? That's me, Jack. Oh, yes. That was great on caring and surrender. Yeah, we gotta let go of certain things. It's everybody celebrating. There's also some heavy stuff going on. This one brightness is a blessing, and I love this for you, Kelly. Hold on to it. My mom was progressing faster than thought in the dementia. Something to constantly maneuver. Yes, trying to keep up with my self-care. And please do, Kelly, please do. I have another girlfriend of mine whose mother is going through dementia, and it is a very delicate experience to have. So I'm sending you my love. Congratulations, Kelly. Yes, great to be with you yesterday. As always, Siobhan, appreciate you so much. Yes. Kelly, I specialize in memory care, dementia. If you ever want to send an email, just chat. Welcome. Courtney, thank you guys for sharing resources. Yes, Dawn, give it to our ancestors. Yes, yes, yes. I remember that. Kelly, yes, everybody's celebrating Kelly, and I love it. Yes, Kelly does need a win jar. She needs a win bucket for sure. That's a big win. We need to work things out like kids. Low. I thought the same thing. I'm becoming you. Yes, I'm here for it. I love this, Siobhan. Thank you for sending the love, Lotus. Yes, thank you. I believe you played a part in this. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I'm happy you have a home to, like, call your own. I know that feeling. I remember getting my first home and knowing this was my home after experiencing being unhoused. I was just like, it's like this relief that you get. Oh man, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. That makes me so happy. Okay. The type of violence the world feels unsafe. Yeah, the world can definitely feel unsafe for sure. Critical mass, my first thought yesterday. Yeah. Yes. You know what, Bentley? Put that out there. Put that out there for Kelly. Yeah, let's let Kelly win the lottery too. The truth is, words are powerful. When y'all speak violence, violence will come. What is sad is people who didn't deserve to be hurt were hurt. Yep. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. We need a Siobhan hour too. I know, right? Oh, I would love that. Let me know when that happens because I would be there. But yeah, we have a lot of unrest happening in the world right now, right? A lot of people are at odds. There are tons of things that are happening to different communities. And yeah, you could definitely feel unsafe. It could definitely make you feel rageful. Excuse me. And like, what is going on, right? I have like a little eyelash. Right? And can make you feel like what's going on, what's happening. The more that I think about it, the more that I'm like, I want to get the curriculum together to do another journey together for the Celestine prophecy. I spoke about it a bit in the garden. It'll be a bit more details for the garden, but I still want to be able to have it be public for everyone because I do feel like the 9 insights are super important right now. They just keep coming up. And I feel that if we learn more about them, it can help us navigate what we're all going through as a collective. And because you all are so potent, so powerful, so magnetic, it could really allow for the world to heal in a beautiful way, with you all having that insight and that understanding of how we can navigate the unrest and really what the purpose is of it. There's a reason why we're having unrest. You know, it's a big reason why. Maybe I'll sit with that some more and see. I'm in my head. I'm like right now, my Gemini rising is working. Of like, how do we do that? Because there's so many other things that need to get done. But I do feel like that's important. Maybe we'll do that like for August. Okay. All right. Let me check in. We need to speak love to each other, with one another. Every person needs love to surround each and every one of us. Yes, Lotus, do you wish on eyelashes? Yes, when they come out, but they never come out. They just like kind of like turn inward sometime and like poke me. So I don't know if I'm supposed to wish on that or not. Oh my goodness. Yes, I am full of rage. Let's stick with love. Yeah. I mean, a lot of us is full of rage, especially if you identify as a black or brown body. We have a lot of ancestral rage, especially being born in this particular country. I have a lot of ancestral rage, a lot of rage for the fact that because of the color of my ancestors' skin, they were tortured and then it was disregarded. So there's a lot of anger. There's a lot of rage that can live in your body. And sometimes I have to ask myself, is it my rage or is it my ancestors' rage? Right? Because sometimes it's not my rage. Sometimes it's inherited because we haven't addressed it. We haven't healed through it yet. Right? These are things to really be honest with ourselves about. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Yes, please, Kelly and Courtney, please connect on that. I feel like let's take the invitations when we receive them, right? Please consider doing it in the garden first so we can go deeper. Yes, I volunteer as tribute to edit your videos, release the public afterwards. Siobhan, I love you so much. Thank you. Yeah, the in the garden would be a lot deeper. The conversations would be longer, simply because the Celestine Prophecy is a very beautiful book, but it's a very delicate book. And I want to make sure that the container in which we study it in is very safe, because the concepts, the insights themselves are so profound. You're going to feel triggered. You're going to feel like, whoa, how does this book know so much about me and my life? It's going to make you confront things that maybe you didn't want to confront. And I want to make sure that I'm able to give you the support and resources that you need. That may not, for me as a practitioner, I wouldn't, it's like talking about a very deep topic publicly on a platform. I wouldn't do that because I don't want to re-traumatize people. I don't know what people have gone through, right? I don't know what people are navigating, and my intention is not to harm other people. So for that topic, I might just go genuinely over the 9 insights publicly, but a deep dive would definitely happen in the Patreon group to ensure that I can support whoever is there the way that they would need that support. That's why I have that space, because for the deeper conversations, the deeper books, like when we start talking about the chakras, the deeper understanding of chakras, when we start talking about like power struggles, like these are things that I need to know is a safe space. And for me, in my journey, the best way for me to ensure that is by cultivating the space myself. And I can only do but so much on public platforms. Okay? Pam, pam, pam. Yes, yes. When Kelly wins the lottery. Yes. And then we can all go and see Kelly. Yes, yes, yes. Kelly, let us know when you win the lottery. We're so excited. Okay? Yes. Thanks, Siobhan. Do you know the book Healing Generational Trauma? Yes, I do. Yes. She's wonderful. We love her. Big fan of her. She's actually very sweet, too. You want to be able to check in after the deep stuff. Lo, I love you so celestially, my girl. Thank you. Yeah. My goal is never to like leave people with heavy things, to be like, okay guys, see you next week. Like, that's horrible. I would never feel okay. You know, I like to feel that I practice ethically with the work that I do. I also understand that a lot of topics that I can dive deep on require a level of delicacy and sensitivity around them. Like, I would never leave you guys not feeling well. That's why I always suggest too that after we're publicly together, like in a Lotus Hour or the midweek tap in or anything else that we do, if you are not feeling okay, you can DM me. You know, you can DM me. I don't ever want you to leave a situation that I've set up for you, right? An experience that I've cultivated for you, and you feel not well, right? That's a big deal. That's why we always end it off. We always start in a conversation, because conversations tend to be a little bit more deeper, and we usually end with some form of somatic work or meditation or healing modality. So that way, when you leave, you're leaving with that feeling first, and letting that feeling filter through anything else that comes up afterwards. That's my intention and my goal. Hi! Oh my goodness, I'm seeing new names. Yes, yes, yes. I also have to share that life is slowly shifting with the support I very much paid for over 4 years. I'm so grateful, and I want to pay it forward. Kelly, you already have paid it forward. I think this really speaks to last week, to 2 weeks ago when we did the reading, and we talked about your hard work is paying off. I don't know if you were here, Kelly. I'm thinking you weren't at that session. But 2 episodes before this one, we spoke about that your hard work is paying off, and that it's less about doing more, like trying to build up more good karma, and just accepting the fact that you have good karma right now that's coming towards you. So you receiving good things in your life is because you've given good things out. It's not because you just randomly got good things because you're unworthy of them. That's just not how energy works. You are getting back what you've given out. Okay? Oh, and a gentle reminder, my alarm's going off in another room. Alexa, stop. This is a donation-based practice, so if you're able to donate, if anything resonates with you in this session at all, please feel free to donate. You can also donate after the session. You can leave a review for any one of my tracks, or you can share one of my tracks with one of your friends or families. That's all ways that you can exchange energy, which is very important in this practice, okay? Let me see. Yes, you are not late at all. You are right on time. Oh, she's on Insight Timer? I didn't know she was on Insight Timer. Oh, wow. I sent you a message. Please send the name of the book you mentioned. Which book? And I didn't see your message. Did you send it to me on Insight Timer? Because I went through all my messages maybe 2 days ago. Or did you just send me a message? Let me know. Hi, Priscilla. Is everybody like, Priscilla? I missed it. Had grand girl. Don't worry. You can always watch the replays. The replays are always available, okay? I'm wondering, Jack, if it's that book. Let me know. Yeah. It might be that book, and that's the book that Jack mentioned, but I'm wondering. Let me know, Adria. Keep me posted, okay? Speaking of karma, thank you, Alexa. Yes, right? Alexa. Yes, thank you so much, Kelly, for the donation. I deeply appreciate this. Oh, Celestine Prophecy, is that the book that we were speaking on? Yeah, any book that I mention is always in my emails. So, Adria, if you're not on my email list, send me your email. Because at the bottom of my email, there's literally a long list of different books that I've mentioned, and direct links to either purchase them for yourself or to get like a free link to them if I was able to find a free link. Oh, okay, you just sent one. Okay, yeah. I'll probably check that in like a day or so. I tend to check my Insight Timer messages like 2 to 3 times a week. Okay? Okay. I love this. So we're kind of caught up. I want to get into the reading. Okay. These are our cards from last week. Quick overview. We had the balance, spirituality, and practicality. Right? And that was that reminder to first go to your spiritual world, tap into your spiritual connection, and then practice that spirituality in the real world, the 3D world. Then we had in reverse your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. There we go. And that was all about making sure that you are planning for your success, that you are planning for your joy, you're planning for whatever it is that you want to call into your life. Remember that money loves organization as well as manifestations. I really feel that when you get clearer and clearer on what you want to experience in this world, it's a lot easier for it to find you. Okay? It's almost like setting up your antenna and letting your antenna call in the things that you want. And then last but not least, we had confidence is your key to success. Okay? And that was just that little precursor for our Leo season that's happening in a week, right? Reminding ourselves that we're in the beginning of that journey and we're going to need confidence to get through it. We are. Confidence is a big deal. As someone who has gotten their certification as a confidence coach, it is huge. And I did it actually because I wanted my niece to have confidence when she was going to school. Because she is a darker skinned young woman and she was being like criticized about her complexion already at like 3 or 4. And like the auntie in me was like ready to like really turn up on some people's parents as to why you're teaching your child this. But you know, then the practitioner in me was just like, well, how can we help your niece, right? Because that's not gonna help your niece. Like, you know, you getting arrested is not gonna be a great thing. So what else can we do to help? And we started working on building her confidence. So confidence is huge. It's a big part of your journey. Being able to love yourself even when other people tell you that you shouldn't is a big deal. Being able to speak your truth and lead with your heart even if other people feel like you should not be doing that is a big deal. And these are the things that are going to allow you to move forward in life and to live your life without having to worry about other people's opinions of you. I'm someone that doesn't care at all. I don't care how people feel about me, especially when it's negative, because that's not my business or my concern. That's for you to figure out with you and your God, you and your source of divine energy. I'm not losing sleep over that. But I also have worked on building up that confidence. So, yeah, confidence is a big deal, okay? We need it in our lives. It can't just slid back out again. We need confidence in our lives, for sure, okay? Oh, perfect. Oh, cool. Let's see. I'm looking forward to, because I feel like we're going to have a really good week. Okay. Auntie power is real. Don't mess with the auntie. Yeah, no. I do not play about my babies at all whatsoever. I swear this is like Sleeper Cell. You know what's so funny? I've just saw something on Sleeper Cell, which is so crazy because it popped up on my Google randomly. So now I need to like look back into that. Because it was just like, what is this? And then you're literally repeating it. I gotta look into that. I want more information on that coaching, please. My granddaughter was bullied at school and she's upset as to why. Yeah, for sure. Kelly, reach out to me. One of my intentions and goals, and I feel like I was talking to Amy about this. I need to check in on Amy. But one of my goals is to have okay. Focus. What is it that you want me to do? These are a lot of cards. I'm not doing so many cards. Okay. I would like to, and I have plans to create EFT tracks and sessions for children. And they'll be based on different topics like dealing with frustration, having confidence, following directions, really fun things that are going to allow them to feel really empowered, while also having them get into the practice at a young age of reconnecting their energy on their own, because it should be a lot easier for them, because they haven't been as traumatized as many of us have been. So that's my intention and my goal, to put that stuff out there, and it would be woven into like confidence coaching as well. Yeah. Ah, yes. Yes, my son was terribly bullied in school. And looking back, it ended up being a gift, but it was hard at the time. Woof. We are going to have a week. The goal is smile at someone you don't know, or say good morning to someone you don't know. Let's spread love. Start with us. I love that, TJ. Yes. I do that all the time. I love to give out compliments. It just feels so fun. Sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I remember one time I gave a compliment to somebody, and she started crying, and I was like, oh my God, like, what did I do? And I was a little younger when I did this. And she was like, I was having such a bad day. Like, such a bad day. And you just coming out of your way to say this to me was, I needed that. And I was like, oh my God, like, yeah, of course. Like, you're so beautiful. I'm so excited that I was able to do something like this for you. And yeah, just being gentle and kind to a stranger could be amazing for them. Obviously have discernment. Please make sure that before you go outside and randomly say hi to people, that you've built up your aura, that you've set your protective energy to, because the goal and the intention is not to like attract unwanted energy. And sometimes we can do that. So please make sure you either tap before you go outside, set an intention, maybe sage yourself or clear your energy, so that way you are being seen by who needs to see you, and you're being protected from people that may choose to want to harm you, right? Because we really don't understand and always know what people are going through. So I would suggest that as well. Yes, go out, be friendly, be kind, but be discerning about it. Especially, I just want you to be safe, okay? Just make sure that you're doing this in a safe way. Okay? Hey, y'all, halfway, I'm about to head to the garden, so I'm already there for the debrief with love. Yes, yeah, we're gonna have so much fun. Yes, yeah, we are gonna have a debrief in the garden. I'll probably be moving too, because I am heading to New York City at the same time, but we're gonna just chit chat a bit deeper in a little bit, okay? All right, let's do this reading. All right. Wow, okay. I just turned over, okay. All right, first reading is in reverse. So that means that's internal work that we are going to work through and work on, okay? And this is a new start is coming, new moon, okay? Look at that. How pretty this card is. We're at that slither right here. All this is the unknown, right? This is going to be a week where something new begins for us. And it's going to be an internal thing, right? Because it's in reverse. So internally, you're going to have a perspective shift, or something click within you where you're like, I get it. That's why it's so celebratory around the moon. You see all the beautiful colors. It's a celebration. There's something to celebrate. Something's going to click for you this week that is going to put you into a new alignment, into a new frequency. And I'm actually really excited for that, for myself and for you, because like, yes. So whatever it is that you've been carrying for the past week, the heaviness, the heartache, the rage, really see if you can sit with it, if you can address it. I have tracks that can help you do that. There's a rage track that's in the garden as well. You scroll back a little bit, I'll try to push it up to the front for you guys. But even if you're just tapping intuitively, we talked about this yesterday in the EFT masterclass. Even if you just go through and just tap on the points intuitively, that means in silence, listening to see what you're going to receive from the body, this could really help you in shifting into that new alignment, allowing yourself to begin again. Remember, you can always start again. With every breath, we start again. With every day we wake up, we start again. You do not have to carry what has been with you into the new world, into the new experience, into the new alignment, into the new timeline. You do not have to do those things. When we begin to practice more in our healing modalities, in our meditation, in our EFT, we become more conscientious of our ability to choose and the power we wield with the power of choice. I have an entire live on the power of choice that's absolutely free on YouTube for you to rewatch, okay? It is a big deal to choose to start again. It is a big deal to choose to shift a perspective, to leave something heavy behind, which means that you may have to navigate through guilt, navigate through shame. Give yourself that space to do that this week. Because if you do, there's something to celebrate. And I love this for us. Our second card is You Are Good Enough, Full Moon in Virgo. I love this card. It's so pretty. Like, do you see? I love it because she's like, there we go. Her eyes are closed. Why? Because it doesn't matter if the outside world doesn't think that you are enough, baby. You are enough. I love this card because she has her crown of flowers on, right? Virgo is a sign of humanity. It's the human sign in the zodiac. And her eyes are closed. Her eyes are closed, right? Because she's looking inward. She's thinking about her inner world and how important and crucial she is to her inner world. Even if you feel small in the outer world, internally, your own personal world that lives within you, you are everything. You are more than enough. And when we can really sit and tune in and focus in on that truth of like, wow, within me, I am enough, things change. They change rapidly and they change beautifully. You get to move into this world, into the 3D world, and you have this level of, if you don't see my worth, that's not my business. And as you continue to lean into that understanding, you start to align with people that see your worth. You get less and less. I can't tell you last time somebody has said something like really mean to me or hasn't been like kind or encouraging. But that's because I think I am so worth it. I am enough. I am so worth people being kind to me, being loving to me, being encouraging to me, right? And granted, that does come with its own set of experiences, because sometimes I do get very overwhelmed by the praise I receive and I need to work through that. But I much rather work through that than having to work through people just being like, you're nothing, you mean nothing to me, or trying to make you feel small. So this is that reminder that you are enough. I want you to become rooted in that truth. I want that truth to radiate from your heart space. I think that you are enough. I don't need to meet you in person to know that, because I understand that a divine truth is that every human being on this earth is enough. Everyone here is divine, is precious, is beautiful. And maybe that answers that question, Laura, from earlier today. If people understood how worthy we are to ourselves and to each other, if people understood how enough we are to ourselves and each other, maybe that's what it is that would help us to resolve things in a more loving and peaceful way. Because if you don't value someone's life, if you don't value someone's existence, you're going to be violent. You're going to be cruel. You're going to be unkind. You're going to be inconsiderate. And 9 times out of 10, it's also because you don't value your own life. Maybe at some point in time in your youth, you were told that you were not important, that you were not cared for, and you weren't able to have the tools or the experiences needed to work through that. And it takes a lot to work through that. Again, I speak about it all the time in being a Black woman. I was told at a very young age that I had to do so much just to be seen. I was often told that in society, as a Black woman, I'm down here, right? And then there are Black men, right? And this is in the context of what I was talking about. I'm not bringing in non-binary or LGBTQIA. I'm talking about what I was taught when I was younger. This is also incorrect, by the way, okay? This is not right. Let's be very clear. Early 90s. So, Black women, Black men, white women, white men. I'm down here. I was often taught as a child that I need to work 3 times as hard just to be seen. If I wanted to be seen, I had to be better than, just to be equal to. That did so much damage to my psyche. And I know that the adults in my life were just trying to prepare me for the cruelty in this world of people seeing me, witnessing the gender I identify with, witnessing the race that I identify with that I cannot unidentify with, and thinking that I was less than, and thinking that I wouldn't be important, that I wouldn't be worth anything. I had to grow up relearning my history, and it was terrifying to know what was happening to people that looked like me simply because they had darker skin. It was hard. And if it wasn't for my spiritual path, if it wasn't for the family and the friends that I had that poured into me when I was a child, the adults that constantly told me that I was beautiful, that I was brilliant, I can easily see how I would grow up to hate people, to grow up to not think I was worthy enough, and how I would project that onto other people. It's not a hard thing to do when you are born into a world that as soon as you get here, you are told you are not of value, right? It's not a hard thing to do. So I also want us to see if we have the ability to expand our compassion when we see other people doing things that are hateful, doing things that are unkind, doing things that to us make no sense. We have absolutely no idea what they had to endure, what they had to grow through, what they're carrying, how they're seeing themselves. 9 times out of 10, and I'm going to be as bold to say 10 times out of 10, they do not think that they are worthy. Even if they are like the, the very overly confident kind, that's kind of like, I'm the best in the world, it's because they're trying to survive. When people enter in a space of survival, anything can happen. Because when you are in a space of survival, you are not using the more developed, the more modern parts of your brain. You're using your reptilian brain. As in, do I need to defend myself or do I need to hunt? Those are your 2 options. You're not thinking, oh, what is this person going through? What are they experiencing? That's not what's happening. You are trying to survive. And if someone is in your way of surviving, it is a natural animalistic instinct that we have to remove them out of our way. Be it by force, be it by being mean, trolling, whatever it is, so that we can feel validated in our experience. It is not the healthy way to do it at all, but it is often the way we are taught to do it. Until we begin to ask more questions, until we begin to educate ourselves more, until we begin to learn about other cultures and how they navigate through things, it will kind of always be that way. You have to intentionally want to outgrow that survival instinct. That is where that comes from. Okay? So you are enough. If no one's ever told you that before, I'm telling you, you are enough. Now it's up to you in your adulthood to either accept that truth or to deny it. I hope that you accept it. I hope that you accept that you are enough. And I hope that as you accept that you are enough, you begin to attract people into your lives that affirm that for you, but more importantly, you begin to affirm it for yourself. Because ultimately, that's going to be the one thing that sticks and that clicks for you so that you can show up and be confident. Okay? Checking through. I want to get that intuitive tapping level. Yeah, it's just tapping in silence, man. Sia, send me a playlist in the garden sometime. Yes, please do. Yeah, Sia, send a playlist. That'd be awesome. Does anyone have any advice? I think I have bipolar disorder and I'm scared to tell my family members I've been having these destructive mood swings. When someone things goes wrong, I don't know what to do. Bentley, it could be that you have a dysregulated nervous system. I would go first and foremost and get checked. As someone who's been diagnosed with bipolar 2 disorder, I didn't know until I was diagnosed. I had to go and get diagnosed. So that's the first step, right? Not just assuming that you have a mental disorder or a mental health concern. Go and actually get checked. Once that is confirmed for you and you have a game plan, depends on it, right? I know for me, I had to have a psychiatrist, and then I also had group therapy. I had one-on-one therapy, and I had therapy like from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for months to help me regulate myself, right? Once you have that support system for yourself, and you have professionals that can then help you explain it to your family, what's going on, then maybe you go and you tell your family. But I wouldn't mention something to my family if I don't know for sure that's what I'm going through. Simply because it's going to cause more heartache. I also think it could be a form of self-sabotage of you already feeling uneasy. But because feeling uneasy could be very familiar to you, right? We create more uneasiness to feel more familiar. I hope that that makes sense. So first get diagnosed. First see if that's what it is, because it could be something else, right? Once you know what it is, then you move forward in expressing it to your family and having hopefully your psychiatrist or hopefully your your therapist or whoever it is that is on your professional support team will help you get through that. Okay? You can also ask for a patient advocate, and that's their job. Their job is to advocate for you as a patient. So once you do have a diagnosis, there's someone that you can ask for. You have to ask for it. If you don't ask for it, they don't offer it. I don't know why, but you have to ask for it. Ask for a patient advocate, and then that's their job to help you advocate for yourself as a patient. Okay? But I would start there first. Okay? But this is a powerful and beautiful age. Yes, it is, Julie. Ooh, with auspicious numbers 5 and 6, singing transformation. I love this. Bentley, I hear you. Lotus knows a lot about some of the past. Yes, 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 I do. If you don't see my worth, it's not my business, is my mantra. Love that, Lotus. Yeah, it's not my business. It's almost laughable to me. Like, I'm so sorry you don't see my worth, babes. That is unfortunate because I'm amazing. But if you don't see that, it could also be because you're not supposed to see that. And again, not my business. It's not my business. There's a song that went viral on TikTok, Not My Problem. I always play that song in the background. Like, that's just not my problem. There are other things that I have to put my energy and attention towards. Helping you figure out my worth is not one of them. It'll never be. At least for me. Okay? Yes, and because you don't value your own life. Agreed. Yes, very incorrect, April. Yes, it was not okay. But I also have a lot of love and respect for why I was taught that. Because it wasn't a shock to me when then people were saying things about me because of my race or my gender. I wasn't taken aback. I was already mentally prepared for it. So it was like a double-edged sword, unfortunately. But I do think that being told that at a young age, as traumatic as it was, there was also some benefit to it. Because when people started to make fun of me for being a girl or fun of me for being black, I was just kind of like, okay, like, sure, it wasn't just like, wait, some people are like, my niece was taken aback. She was completely caught off guard as to why someone would not like her simply because she was a girl and because she was black. Why somebody would just be mean to her because of her complexion, right? And this is how we then internalize self-hate, right? Or her wanting to, God forbid, wanting her to be lighter so she could be more accepted. Like, this is how colorism starts to happen too. So like, there are just so many things to that. I'm really grateful that I was told that at that age, because I was able to navigate as I got older and find the healing that I needed to have. A lot of children are just caught off guard. They're just having experiences on the playground with racism every day. It's a wild thing to watch, especially as a teacher, but as someone who has a deep affinity for the children in her life, it upsets me, right? Yes. Yes, very true, Lotus. Thank you for clearly, completely. Yeah, it was wrong. Yeah, it was. Bravo to those parents and people who support you and love children. We are human. It's our duty to help one another and have empathy. Agreed, April. Agreed. It's also not for us to stick on. Agreed. Alma, dear Lotus, thank you for sharing your story. So important. I'm a white woman. Alma, thank you so much for listening. That's important. Just holding space. Lotus, you were so good at the fierce love. Thanks, Jack. So clearly, thank you. Enough precious being and a gift for us being there. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Trying to tell my granddaughter this. I had lunch with her this week and I was telling her about this. I hope I get through to her some. You will, Kelly. You have this type of energy that penetrates. I would be very surprised if you didn't. I wish everyone in USA could hear and understand what you just imparted, Lotus. I do too. I think it'd be so important. Also, Bentley, not sure how old you are. Could it be hormones? Oh, yes, agree, Kelly. Because let me tell you something. Hormones, and Kelly, I don't know if you're a specialist in hormones. I'm not. I'm not a specialist in hormones. I just happen to study a lot of them because they are driving forces in your life. If you are experiencing a lot of like mood swings too, it definitely could be your hormones. It could also be a deficiency in certain vitamins like vitamin D, vitamin B12. Of course, ask your professional about this, right? Your primary care, whatever the case is. But quite often, there are other things that can attribute to it, okay? Because to have a bipolar disorder, there's a chemical imbalance in your brain, right? So that could be, managed with medication. There's different ways that you can go about doing that. You would talk about that with your professional. But it could also be hormones or a vitamin deficiency. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And I am not a medical professional, but I am certified as a mental health aide. And I did that after getting diagnosed because I wanted to be able to hold space for other people that were going through it. Yes, I'm not gonna beg anyone to be part of my life. Talk to me. Exactly. Like, what? You don't have to be part of my life. Hi, McQuan. Yeah. Hi, Tyler. Oh, Taylor. Oh, my goodness. So good to see you. Magnesium, baby. Siobhan, you touched on something right there, okay? Yes. Woo. Yes, I believe Taylor is a teacher. Yeah, magnesium, baby. There are so many reasons why we would be, why that would happen, okay? So just keep that in mind. What else do we have? Oh, our third card. The You Are Enough card, man. Powerful stuff, right? Our last card is What Do You Need to Release? It's our last card for this reading today. What do you need to release? I love this. It's like winter, right? And what do you need to release? What do you need to let go of? What ideologies, what perspectives, what beliefs are holding you back, are weighing you down? What do you need to let go of? Also, too, what type of trauma do you need to let go of? What do you need to release? What are you holding on to? Right? And this doesn't have to be a negative thing. It could be what type of dreams do you need to let go of? And not let go of as like, oh, they're never going to happen, but like let go so that source universe can actually do something with it. Sometimes we are holding our dreams so close to our heart and we're praying on it every single day and we're suffocating the dream. You don't need to suffocate your dream. Once you have your dream, you have your desire in your heart, and you share that with source, the next thing you're supposed to do is take care of yourself, because you take care of yourself to hear the nudges, hear the wisdom of what next steps to take. If you begin to every single day, God, I pray, I'm praying, I'm wishing that you will do this for me. Please, I need this. You start to get into a space of begging. One, you lose your sense of authority over your life, and you need authority in order to manifest, to call in anything. Okay, you need to have a level of clarity and confidence to do so, right? That's the first main thing that happens. Secondly, you are no longer praying, you are worrying, and you are attaching a lot of negative emotion to your desire and your dream. Okay, and that's what's causing you to not receive it, because you don't actually believe you're going to have it, because you haven't experienced it yet in the 3D world. So you are now almost in a space of begging for it from source, from universe, from energy, and all of that speaks to is that you don't think that you can have it. Which means that if you don't think you can have it, if you don't believe you can have it, then there's nothing anyone else can do. You have to believe you can have it. You have to believe you can sustain it, right? And there's a live somewhere about the power of belief. I feel like that was maybe last week's tap-in on the understanding of belief and why it's so important for you to have it and what that means and what it looks like to have belief. Okay? Spirit, you're not even trying to hide from the siren. It's a clear message in the cards. Okay, loud and clear. Yes. Siobhan, you're also on fire this morning. I could not agree. Siobhan is on fire this morning, right? Yeah. So those are our cards for this week. A new start is coming. Okay? Exciting stuff. You are good enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. I don't care what anyone else says about you. You are enough. Simple. That's it. Simple. And when you really understand that, it doesn't, oh goodness, I can talk about not being enough for so long. But when you understand that you are enough, changes the game. Okay, then we have, what do you need to release? Make sure that you ask yourself that question this week and you let go of whatever is not serving you anymore, okay? Let me know below what card resonated with you, okay? Okay, cool. Let's see. I'm not listening to what you're talking about. Yes, Bentley. Ultimately, book an appointment with a professional. Okay? So that way that they can help you. It was exactly what I needed. I had no idea what I was going through and what I was experiencing. And having someone be able to break down the science behind it, as well as like helping me to properly identify the feelings I was going through, was crucial as a first step in my healing experience and me being able to learn how to properly manage. And I also just want to do a quick PSA for anyone who is experiencing any type of mental health disorder, or any type of mental health issues or concerns. Knowing what it is that you're going through is super important. It helps a lot. Okay? Also, Just because someone else has the same diagnosis and they've gone through different things does not mean that you're going to go through those things, right? If you have to start off with medication and that feels best for you in your experience, start off with medication, okay? Do not feel like you're going to be considered a bad person because you needed to be medicated first. I started off with medication because I could not deal with my emotions. I didn't have the skill set, I didn't have the capacity to deal with the deep, incredibly big waves of emotions that I was going through every day. It was overwhelming for me. My nervous system was so dysregulated. I couldn't have willed myself to doing this on my own. I personally needed medication first. And when I got stable enough, not just with the medication and chemically, but also with the different healing modalities that I was learning, the different therapies that I was in. I was doing art therapy, group therapy, one-on-one sessions, CBT, DBT. I was doing a lot of therapies. I was fortunate enough to be in a really good program. And when I felt like I had a good handle on it, I began to decrease my dosage, and then I was off of it. And I've been off of my medication for maybe like 8 years now. It takes time, okay? It takes a lot of intention. It takes a lot of self-care. So if you're someone who is not sure of what you're going through, if you feel like you might be having some type of mental health issue or concern, please first go see a professional. And also remember that you have agency over your life. They're going to help you identify what you're going through, but you do not have to claim everything, okay? You do not. I'm speaking that from experience. I understood what I was experiencing, and then I asked myself, what is it that I want to experience moving forward? Okay? People are often very shocked that I have a bipolar 2 diagnosis, which is very interesting to me. I think that comes with a lot of stigma, but people assume that people who have that diagnosis are extremely unhinged and unable to have any type of self-control or awareness. And that can be anybody with any diagnosis, even without a diagnosis and a traumatic experience. If you don't have the skill set, if you don't have the community, if you don't have the tools to help you get through something and manage it, yes, you're going to feel unhinged. Yes, you're going to be all over the place because there's no container for you. But once you're able to develop a container, be it through therapy, be it through medication, be it through community, spirit, whatever it is that you choose to use to help you to contain it, it is a lot easier for you to move forward. So if you do end up with a diagnosis like that, I want you to also know that that's not the end for you. And I know that a bipolar diagnosis is one of the quote-unquote heavier diagnoses, right? It's kind of up there with like schizophrenia and things like that. But it doesn't mean it's the end. And it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just simply means that you are experiencing life in a different way. And you're going to need to live in a different way to feel safe and in peace in your life. That's all it means. There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. We just simply are experiencing things differently because we are unique people, because we're all unique. Everyone is different. No one is the same. Everyone has some level of neurodivergency because we're all different. Like my brain is not going to be the same brain as yours, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that something is wrong. I just want to put that out there, okay? Very important. You are enough, Bentley. You are enough. Okay? You are enough, Taylor. You are enough, Catherine. Yes, Kelly. The release card, letting go. Courtney, yeah, that one's coming up for me too. Yes. TJ, you are enough. Rahana, you are enough. Yes. What I need to release. I'm working through that daily, therapy, etc. A look comes from past trauma, and I realize that I can see it. It's a beautiful place. Marquand, I love this for you. Yeah. I'm sorry, I thought you said memories. No worries, yeah. Lotus, love the gentle way you shared on that, getting guidance and maintaining agency and autonomy. Yes, maintain your agency and your autonomy. Yeah. And I was fortunate enough to have a really great psychiatrist that was just kind of like, we're going to start here. He broke down the science of everything I was taking. He was actually really excited that I cared enough to want to know what I was taking. You should care enough to know what you're putting in your body, by the way. You should always care enough. It's important because it's changing your body's chemistry. It's important. He was really excited about it. So he helped me a lot in understanding the medications I was taking and what the effects would feel like. So when I started to feel those effects, it wasn't taking me off guard. I wasn't like, what's happening? I was like, okay, no, I am mentally prepared for this. He did tell me this is what's going to happen. And I was also able to communicate it for others. For people who have people in their life who are experiencing type of mental diagnoses or disorder, do your own research. Reach out to their professionals if they allow you to. Don't ask them how to help themselves, because we're still trying to figure out ourselves. I think that was something that was really hard for me, and I appreciated that my friend at the time took the initiative to go and do research on their own as to what it would look and feel like to support a friend who had that type of diagnosis, as opposed to asking me, because I'm in it, right? Especially if it's a chemical imbalance, I really can't help you. I'm trying to help myself. I'm trying to not feel like I'm drowning every day. So this is me saying that for the support teams out there. If you have someone diagnosed with a mental health disorder or issue, do your research, not through them. Do your own research so that you can support them, and ask them if that makes sense for them, right? So if you're looking into something and it's like, okay, you need to handle it this way, talk to your friend and see, would that help you feel safer? Could I try this out with you, right? She learned different techniques that would help me in moments when I felt manic, right? Or if I was in a depressive episode, she was looking into things that would help me ease that level of pain I was going through. That's really important for people to have. So if you're not diagnosed with something and you have someone that is, and they've told you that, whether that be ADHD, ADD, anxiety, OCD, bipolar, schizophrenia, whatever it is, if they've mentioned it to you that they have that diagnosis, that is an invitation for you to do your research to support them. And it doesn't take a lot. And it makes it a lot easier for you to continue having a relationship with that person, because they're not going to be able to walk you through what they're going through. They don't have that skill set yet. Okay? Okay. I'm going to be very open here. I went through breakdown, went to rehab for my anxiety, depression. It was extremely difficult and freeing. I felt ashamed of it at first, and I shared with others to see me. Kelly, same. I spoke about it before too, but I had an attempt on my life, and it caused me to be hospitalized, and that's how I was able to find my diagnosis, right, and figure out what was going on with me. And it was a very long journey, and it's not something that I shy away from, because it's something that somebody would hear and be like, oh my God, like, what's wrong with you? You're so weird, or like, that's so crazy, you're unstable. And it's just like, that was literally 10 years ago. There was a lot going on in my life, and people go through things. Again, you're not gonna make me feel bad about the life that I've lived. That's just never gonna happen, right? Like, I lived through that life, I survived through that life, and I am now thriving because of that life. There's nothing you can do to take that away from me or to make me feel small about it. So I'm very proud of you for feeling brave enough to share that with us, because that is something that needs to be shared, because people need to know that these things can happen to literally anybody. Okay? No, we don't need to be fixed. We just need to better understand ourselves. I'm not broken. You know? I just don't understand a lot about myself. That's why my insight is always to get to know yourself as best as you can, because it helps you so much in navigating the world around you. Okay? There's so much power in understanding yourself. Yes, Taylor. And being able to share your experiences to support others. Agreed. Raquan, thank you so much for this donation. I deeply appreciate it. Amazing, Lotus. You and your psychiatrist dialogue working together. Yeah. Ask questions. If they get annoyed with you, get a different psychiatrist. Get a different professional. I've had professionals that be like, you don't need to know that. I'm like, you're not putting that in my body until I know. So what are we gonna do? Do I need to get a new professional? Because I can just go and do that. Be very authoritative in that experience to the best of your ability. And if you know you can't because of what you're going through emotionally or mentally, have someone there for you that's not going to take anyone's shit. That's a big deal. There needs to be someone there to advocate for you, whether it be the patient advocate or a loved one. Have them there to help so that person understands. Because sometimes in the medical field, people can tend to forget that we are human beings. They're just trying to address the problem as opposed to addressing the person. And it's very important that they remember your humanity in that experience. I was very fortunate enough to not have to go through that, but I have heard stories where people were not treated with humanity. And don't ever let that happen to you. If you know you can't defend yourself, have someone be there for you. Ask for a patient advocate. Have your loved one be there for you. Okay? or get a mental health aid. There are tons of resources, okay? Thank you, Jack, for your donation. Yeah, she was a really good friend. See, your friends can really help us move through difficult times. They really can. My ex has bipolar, ADHD, and PTSD. I struggled with him and did research, but he made me feel like I never existed. He used me as a convenience. And that's on him. Unfortunately, with everything he's carrying in his energetic field, it would make it impossible for him to see anything else, to see other people if he cannot. You can't see yourself with those type of diagnoses. Your energy is so split and it's so erratic. It's hard to witness other people. I want to share that correct diagnosis can be difficult. Yes, it can be, Jack. Whew, you're not lying. And I experienced this originally diagnosed with bipolar, also eventually was PTSD from childhood trauma. Yes, and that's why we want to continue to be engaging in that, right? So at first it was bipolar 1, and then it was a toss-up between bipolar 2 and borderline personality disorder. And the way that they explained it to me is that if it was a chemical imbalance, it would be bipolar 2 disorder. It would be managed with medication. If it was borderline personality disorder, which has very similar symptoms, it would be handled through like therapy. So that's why I was doing both to see which one was working for me. Okay. I only share hopefully to help just one other person to feel. Yeah. It saved my life. Grateful for my family to help me. Yes, childhood trauma and divorce just sent me in a tailspin. It happens. I love this space. Thank you. It's not enough, Lotus. Kelly, I love you so much. Adria's already here, but thank you for the love you brought. Very precious. Yes, my home, my money. He tried to break me. I feel broken. Higher than because I fell on ice. He pretended not to care. Adria, I'm happy that you're here, and I'm happy that you're taking time to take care of yourself, despite the heaviness that you've had to carry. And I hope that this is an invitation for you, if you can, if you're able to put the weight down, okay? If you can. If you can't, then that's okay too. Lotus, I love your gentle and real way of expressing yourself, and your experience is so refreshing. Thank you, Taylor. I had to step away because my family have these issues, and I have issues. It's okay. We have to put ourselves first. Yes, Maquan, 100%. You can't help other people if you're helping yourself in that moment, especially with things like that. Like, take the time you need, right? Okay, with that being said, let's jump into our meditation, okay? There we go. Let's jump into our meditation. If it feels safe for you, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Focus in on your body. Let out a nice exhale. Soften the body a bit more. Allow yourself to be in this moment. Begin to focus in on your breath. Breathing into the lower belly, expanding the belly as much as possible. This activates our sympathetic system, that allows us to feel safe, that allows us to feel healthy and present. Breathe in, expand the belly as much as you possibly can. And exhale through the mouth, letting go, releasing, softening. Letting go of the tension in the face, behind the eyes, softening the jaw as we breathe in again, expanding the belly as much as we can. Open mouth, exhale, release. Deep inhale, breathing in, expanding the lower belly, sending that breath to the lower back now. Letting the air rise up into the heart space. Open mouth, exhale, release, softening the shoulders. Coming home to this present moment. We shared a lot of heaviness, a lot of love in this session today. Continue to use that deep inhale, exhale to filter in the information we receive and to also filter out the information we receive. Let your breath be a filtering system in this moment. Taking what resonates, leaving what doesn't. Reminding the body that you are safe in this moment. Reminding the mind that you are safe in this moment. Place one hand over the heart space. Preferably your left hand if you can, because our left side is for receiving. Nice deep inhale, breathing in, filling up the heart space. Slow exhale, release. Continue breathing in. Continue letting go. Know that this simple, gentle act is you putting yourself first. You giving yourself a moment to focus solely on you. Breathing in, letting go. Breathing in, letting go. Allowing the body to be at peace in this moment. Allowing the mind to rest in this moment. Making an active choice with each breath to let go, to put down whatever is weighing on us. To release anything that we've been holding on to too tightly. Release that tension in the body. Release that tension in the mind. Use our breaths to cool our bodies down, to soothe our rage, to soothe our frustration, our bitterness, our anger. Cool down the mind, cool down the heart, cool down the body. And I want you to affirm yourself in this moment by saying, I am enough. Deep inhale, breathe in. Slow exhale, release. Repeat, I am enough. Deep inhale in. Exhale, release. Repeat, I am enough. I am allowed to start over, and I am enough. I am allowed to start over, and I am enough. I am good enough as I am. In this moment, in every moment, I am good enough. I am willing to see other people's humanity. I am willing to be kind and considerate. Because I am enough. I am choosing to move forward with grace. I am choosing to move forward in love. I have healthy boundaries to protect me. And I have enough awareness to honor others' boundaries. I am enough. I am okay and I am safe. Deep inhale, breathing in. Slow exhale, letting go, dropping our hand into our lap, feeling the vibration, feeling the sensation around the heart space as we just poured into ourselves. I'm going to say a prayer for us as a collective. I pray that this week we move forward, remembering to put ourselves first, as we always need to. Remembering that we get to start again. And that when we start again, we can start again with more kindness, with more compassion, with more awareness of what others may be going through. Not to excuse them for their behavior, but simply to honor their humanity. That we move forward with a level of authority, a level of confidence, to call in, to accept the good things in our lives, and to let go of the things that are weighing us down, to practice surrendering, practice co-creating with our divine source, so that we never feel alone, so that we never feel unseen, so that we never feel unheard. As we move forward into the ending of Cancer season, we honor the emotions that come up for us. We let them be invitations to reparent, to self-soothe, to practice a healing modality, to help us regulate our nervous system. We honor the fact that we may be triggered by our emotions, but we understand that triggers are ultimately just teachers, showing us where we can give more love to ourselves, reminding us that we can heal our own wounds, that we are allowed to physically feel lighter. We do not have to carry anything anyone gave us. And we do not have to feel guilt about putting it down, letting it go, giving it up. We can instead choose to shine, to radiate our love and our compassion and our understanding to ourselves and to others. That we can send love to other people, that we can embody love, and we can be the personification of love as we move through this week and as we move through this life. And that we remain thankful in advance for all of our blessings and all the miracles that will find us, that will guide us and affirm us in all ways. And so it is. Ashe. Deep inhale, exhale, letting go. I'm going to give you a moment to set an intention for your week that's specific to you. And when you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes or come back to the present space, present moment, okay? And I thank you in advance for being here with me, for sharing your love, your light, your energy with me, okay? I also invite you to join in on the Patreon group for the garden, where we dive in deeper. We do daily check-ins. We just love on each other in a more intimate way. If that's a space that you've been looking for, you are invited to be there with us. We will have a midweek tap-in this Wednesday for sure. Do not worry, 8 a.m. We're going to have a good time on Insight Timer, okay? If you want to catch a replay for the masterclass, you can join the garden to do that. And ultimately, I just want you to feel loved and safe as you move forward in this week, okay? It's very important. And again, this is a donation-based practice. If anything I said today honored you, if you felt it resonated with you, if you felt at peace or seen, and you were able to donate, I would deeply appreciate that. This is how I do my livelihood, right? This is what allows me to be able to spend this amount of time with you all. And if you're unable to do that, share a track today. Share my teacher profile. Share my community, even if you're unable to join in right now, so that other people can find solace and peace in our space and in our family, okay? Taylor, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. Adria, you don't even have to try that hard. You just have to be. Okay? We love you, Lotus. I love you, Courtney. Thank you, Lotus, today. It was pretty epic. It was pretty epic, wasn't it, Jack? Taylor, you're so welcome. Wow, that was so powerful. When I put my hand on my heart, I felt this rush of blood flow to my body. And there's a reason for that. Our hands and our arms are an extension of our heart space. So that's why when we hug other people, we're literally going heart to heart to wrap them in our love. So when we hug ourselves, we are practicing self-love. When we place our hand on our heart, we're literally, especially when you're using your left side, because because it's to receive. We are receiving our own love. Okay? It's a practice where you can receive your own love and you can give that love out. Right? Either way. Okay? Thank you, Lotus. Need this today. Blessings. Blessings, Pamela. Thank you, Jack, for sharing my profile. I'm happy I showed up today. Feel so much lighter and loved and supported. Thank you, Lotus and Tribe. Rahana, I love you so much, and I do hope you feel better. Pamela, thank you for your donation. Maxine, thank you for your donation. I appreciate this so much. I love you all so much, and I hope to see you on Wednesday. We'll be tapping. For those who haven't tapped with me before, we tap on Wednesdays, okay? We meditate on Sundays. And I am able to join in this week for the daily tapping sessions on Insight Timer. So if you join the Lotus Living Group, I'm going to drop that here for you all. You can tap with us every day. We have a set timer to tap in together. It's really great. I wasn't able to do it last week because I was teaching in person, but I'll be doing it this week. So I can't say hi to you guys every day. And if you guys want to do more in-depth work with me, have space held for you, just a deeper sense of community, please join the garden or consider joining it. The garden does close in August and it won't be open again until October. So if you're looking for a space to dive in deeper with your studies, to get a better understanding of spirituality and your overall well-being, for your mental health, for your creative health, please consider checking it out, okay? I love you all so very much. Lotus Living is on Insight Timer. If you go to my teacher profile, it's my only group. I made it very simple, okay? Oh, thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. Yes, Kelly, we can't wait. Have a great day. I love you so much. Bye, guys.